Welcome back to U.S. Farm Report. Trusted, timely, tradition. The 2021 U.S. Farm Report College Roadshow from the University of Illinois is brought to you by Golden Harvest. Learn how Golden Harvest is changing the game in corn and soybean products and providing service to farmers by visiting goldenharvestseeds.com.
Welcome back to our 2021 U.S. Farm Report Golden Harvest College Roadshow from right here at the University of Illinois. Well, supply chain issues are a major concern for crop and chem companies right now. So much so that there's talk about certain chemistries being in short supply next year. But there's also another factor impacting the long game in fighting weeds. Planted on the south side of campus.
This is actually one of the research farms that the Department of Crop Sciences at the University of Illinois still utilizes this day for various types of field crop research.
Our fields yielding fruitful research for farmers.
There's so many different facets of the research that goes on here, everywhere from looking at trying to improve different varieties, improve different corn hybrids, looking perhaps at utilizing, traits, certain traits that have different utilization patterns, maybe nitrogen use efficiency genes in corn.
Primarily digging into corn and soybeans, small grains are also in play and producing data that's now decades deep.
But our primary work that we do here in the herbicide evaluation program is to look at various types of products that are in the marketplace or some that soon will be entering the marketplace and try to determine what fit that they do have. What is their spectrum of control? These
fields are a second home to Aaron Hager and ones he's waded through for nearly 30 years.
Years ago, the person who was running the evaluation program, Mr. Doug Maxwell, used a software program that allowed all these data to be archived and stored for many, many years.
While the data is useful every year, it's 3 decades of information that stacked up nearly untouched.
Dr. Hager is just 2 doors down from me, and we've had some great conversations over the years. And it was a number of years ago we had a conversation about making use of larger data sets. It's pretty intriguing thinking about having hundreds of environments, if not thousands of environments, to get a better understanding of weather variability on crop production.
The focus was what effect climate change would have on weed species found right here in Illinois.
Would an atmosphere enriched with CO2, for example, would that more favor C3 species?
Hager says just honing in on 1 or 2 years of data doesn't paint the bigger picture on trends that have been taking shape over the past 30 years.
And we've seen water hemp in the past 25 years really expand its range across Illinois. Now, was this all climate change or was this something else? Well, we really don't know for sure what component each of these various factors played. But we've taken a species that literally 30 years ago, hardly anybody recognized in the state of Illinois. It's indigenous, it's always been here. But now we can find that virtually in every one of Illinois' 102 counties.
By digging through the thousands of data sets and analyzing factors like weather, yield, what weeds were present at the time, and more, the team uncovered this.
What we found most recently was that incomplete weed control exacerbates corn yield loss due to adverse weather, particularly dry or hot conditions around corn silking.
On a scale of 0 being the worst and 100% being the best, Williams says even 94% weed control can produce problems.
So it doesn't take many out there to cause a major problem and have a major impact on the corn yield, particularly at these important growth stages of the crop right around silking with adverse weather.
As weather plays a role in weed control, Hager says it's something growers will continue to battle.
I think it's pretty safe to say that weeds are going to be able to adapt, whether it's to changes in the climate, changes into how we're trying to manage these. They're weeds for a reason. They're very adaptable. They have a great deal of plasticity in how they grow. They will figure out a way through the evolutionary process to survive, to reproduce.
That's why these weed scientists say a single approach will not work with weeds today.
Simply opening up a new jug, if a new product comes into the marketplace, is going to continue to repeat what we've done historically in the past. So trying to maybe move the goalpost of thinking about what else can we do to try to ensure that by the end of the growing season that there's no weed seed that's added back into the soil seed bank. I think ultimately that's the victory, that's the win.
Even as the University of Illinois is already coordinating with other pools of data from land-grant universities across the country, Williams says he hopes this research motivates additional innovation and technology to create change.
I think this, sends a cautionary alarm that weeds are not getting easier to manage. The kinds of weather we're headed to is exactly the kinds of conditions where incomplete weed control will actually exacerbate corn yield loss. So now's the time to act. Now's the time to come up with new ways of managing weeds.
Now, I did ask Hager if he thought a world without weeds is possible anytime in our lifetime, and his answer, no. Well, when we come back, we'll pick back up with our marketing discussion. That happens in just 2 minutes.